What if I told you you can find this gravel route cutting right through the heart of Pune? No, it's not on a hill, it's not on the outskirts, but it runs right through the city. So if you're wondering where this gravel came from, the big secret is that it runs along either side of the Mutha Right Bank Canal. Let's take a look on the satellite map. Today, in part 1 of this series, we're going to ride this route for about 13 kilometers to its source, which is the Khadakwasla Dam.
तो वहाँ चल के जाना पड़ता, मतलब ये रास्ता तो अच्छा है, नदी है यहाँ पर.
Now this guy probably doesn't give a flip about riding here, but why should you? Well, the region around the dam is lovely, its backwaters are even better, and you should definitely ride here. But the roads leading to the dam are always crowded, and they're boring because you've probably ridden them a dozen times. This gravel route gives you a whole new experience while riding to the dam. You get to see different parts and aspects of your city, there's no traffic, and some of the stretches are really quite beautiful. Now in part 2, we'll be riding in the other direction, away from the dam, where the route gets truly fabulous. And the best part is that it's really long. But we'll cover that in the next video. So please remember to subscribe to get notified when it goes up. A small warning before we get started. If it's been raining heavily in Pune and they're releasing a lot of water into the canal, this can be quite a dangerous place. Don't ride here in either direction. So I started my gravel ride here, which is the earliest point at which you should get onto the route if you're riding towards the dam. As I was riding past this shanty town, which I had never seen before, I had to put up with a bit of, well, this. We are not in a village or a small city. Heck, we are almost in the center of Pune city, which 3 years ago was declared open defecation free along with the rest of urban Maharashtra. Must be something wrong with my eyes or the GoPro recording imaginary stuff. But in all seriousness, clearly these people didn't get the memo or didn't get one of the 5 million toilets supposedly built in Maharashtra. Did you hear any whistles? Next time I'll carry one and we'll see how that works. Anyway, the good news is that you don't have to put up with this for too long. It's just a small stretch of this route. Think happy thoughts, sniff your electrolytes, and you'll soon be back to good gravel without the poop. I know this doesn't look very appealing so far, but the closer you get to the dam, the better your surroundings get. Promise. You will notice that you have to cross roads a few times, and these are all great places at which you can enter the trail. Just follow the canal on the map, see where a road runs across it, and use that point to access the gravel route. However, don't try to start on this route earlier than where I did. The gravel stretches were too short, and it required way too much effort to get on and off them when you had a road in between. Not worth it. There are a couple of stretches where you get nice paver blocked pathways instead of gravel, with a lot of people walking and running, but thankfully nobody seemed to be bothered as I cycled through.
खड़कवासला तक जाने का,
खड़कवासला तक जाने यहाँ से,
मतलब रास्ता से, ये नदी से नहीं जा सकते.
नदी से नहीं है, ये आगे डेड एंड है.
Now I did actually manage to find a path that runs by the canal, but for this short 100-meter stretch, I would recommend you just take this road instead. When you cross over to the other side here, it can get a bit tricky to find our gravel route, but just know that it's there. Follow the canal and find your way onto the path next to it.
Yes.
खड़कवासला तक जाते? नहीं? You don't want to ride this Clifton.
Now at this point, you should cross this little bridge and go onto the right hand side, as this side of the canal is a dead end. Once you get onto the road, the canal is actually just across, but it's probably safer to ride with the traffic, take a U-turn and head back onto the gravel. So every time I came to a road crossing, I would be in suspense.
Okay. Here we go. Yes.
Am I going to be able to get onto the gravel on the other side? Is it going to be blocked? Is it easily accessible? Because at this time I wasn't sure I would be able to make it all the way to Khadakwasla. And because I've told you it is possible, I must apologize for taking that little bit of discovery and adventure away from you. I'm now in the final section of this gravel route, the 3-kilometer stretch that made me look all this up, and definitely the most beautiful section. You can ride either side of the canal here. The route on the right is a bit wider, but this side is a bit cozier. If you're lucky, you might even see some peacocks, and you'll definitely spot some cormorants in the canal if it hasn't dried up. Even if you don't ride any bit of the gravel up to this point, you really must try this last section. It's so much better than the regular road leading to the dam. Okay, what if you don't live in Pune? Well, canal routes are actually quite popular around the world for cycling, so if you pull up Google's satellite map and take a closer look at your local rivers and canals, there's a chance you'll find stretches of gravel alongside that you can ride, possibly accompanied by smaller service roads that run parallel. If you have a favorite canal route, especially one you think not many know about, please drop a comment below and tell everyone where it is. Back to our ride, where do you actually come out? Well, I'll show you from a direction you're probably familiar with. This is the normal route that you would take to get to Khadakwasla, and this is the turn you take to get to the backwaters. Here is the canal we just rode alongside, and as I said, you could get out on either side. As we go a bit farther down, we come to this road, which is a gravel route that starts in Nanded city. Also worth trying if you're using the regular route for most of your ride to the dam. There's actually another trail a couple of 100 meters ahead, also going through Nanded city, but it's in pretty poor shape and I wouldn't recommend it right now. If you're interested in the techniques I used to find and plot this route, please watch this video on how to find cycling routes, or this playlist for other interesting routes in India. Thanks for riding along, and until next time, keep exploring.